Good day. Instead of ignoring quote unquote negative feelings, how can you allow them to be there? How can you sit with them, observe them, give them your attention, and notice what they are trying to tell you? Because every emotion we have is just a signpost directing us to what we need to do, what what we need to change, if anything, and where where our work lies. If you're feeling a certain way and you don't like that feeling and you just keep suppressing it and ignoring it, you're ignoring the signals that the body is giving you that something is not right, something is not optimal, something is not in balance. And it's just trying to tell you that you need to bring yourself back into balance. It's telling you that something needs to change. This is why these feelings come up and recur, because you're doing something in your life that isn't serving you or isn't satisfying your higher self. And you're not happy. Your body intelligently knows you're not in alignment, and it will give you these signals, these feelings, these uncomfortable feelings in your body to tell you you need to change whatever you're doing because it's not serving you. It's not You're not satisfied. If you're stressed, if you're feeling full of worry, it's usually because you're living in the future. You're projecting into the future and not being in the present. So it's about, in that case, how can I let go of this projection of worry, and what can I do in the moment to take action to take care of this worry? Or if it's like depression, it's I'm not doing something in my life that's serving me. I'm living inauthentically and I'm miserable, and that's coming out. I'm I'm attaching to this idea. I'm living in other people's ideals of life, and I'm not living in my truth, and I'm not happy about that. So it's like, what signals is the body telling you that you're ignoring? And it could be a variety of ways that you ignore these signals. Like, how are you distracting yourself, with like social media, or with TV, or with food, or alcohol, smoking? What are you using to suppress these uncomfortable feelings that arise every day in your life? What when you notice yourself getting triggered, when you notice these feelings come up, and you feel that desire to reach for that distraction, can you catch yourself and allow yourself to sit and observe that uncomfortable feeling that's coming up within you? Sit and allow it to be there, and acknowledge it, and ask yourself, what are you trying to show me? What are you trying to tell me? What How can I change this constant dynamic that's at play here of the signal and the technique to avoid addressing the signal? How can you actually change that pattern and observe it? Just start by trying to sit with it and observe it. And it's generally when you notice yourself reaching for that thing, that craving that you have in your life, whether it's alcohol or smoking, that it's generally at that moment when you get that trigger to reach for that, is where the feeling is arising. And can you sit with that before you reach for it, before you suppress it? Can you just sit with it for a moment at least and observe what is coming up before following through on your normal pattern of behavior? So I feel like that is a key one. Looking at your emotions not as positive and good and bad and negative, but looking at them as just trying to signal to you that something is misaligned, something needs to change. Every emotion is a message. is signaling to you. It's like a signpost telling you where you're at. So how can you get better at observing what you're feeling and allow the quote unquote negative, uncomfortable feelings to be there? How can you sit with them